Hello everyone, this is Rahul Vishwakarma. Today I am going to present you a new data analysis project uh, based on inbound call data for ABC Insurance Company. If you are interested in data analysis, workforce planning, or improving customer relations, then using a real business insight, you are in right place. This report looks at a inbound call data for a ABC Insurance Company to find ways to make a call handling faster and improve customer service. First, we check the average call duration for each time slot in a day. This helped us to see when calls were being handled quickly and when they were taking longer. Next, we analyze the call volumes to understand at what times the most calls were incoming, and we also included charts to clearly show these patterns. After that, we created a manpower plan to make sure that there were enough agents working during a busy hours. The goal is to reduce the call abandon rate to just 10%. We calculated the minimum number of agents needed for each time slot. We also looked at a night shift problem where many calls were going unanswered. We suggested adding more agents during the night so customer get help by 24/7. Finally, we explained our assumption methods and recommendations so the management team can easily use the ideas to improve call centers performance and keep customer happy. In this project, we conducted a comprehensive analysis of 23 days of inbound call data for ABC Insurance with the goal of improving customer service experience and optimizing a call center operation. This analysis began by cleaning and organizing the data set into hourly times bucket, allowing us to examine a key metrics such as average call duration, total call volumes, and the call status like a answered call, abandoned call, or transferred call across a different times of a day. This helped us to identify peak call hours, period of a long wait times, and the inefficiencies in a call handling. Based on these insights, we develop a manpower planning to reduce the call abandon rate from 30% to 10% by calculating a minimum number of agents needed in each time slot. We address this issue in a nighttime call handling, estimating agent requirement for 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. shift based on a projected call volumes. Our approach takes into account of agent availability and working hours performance assumption. This finding offer a practical recommendation to help a ABC insurance company to enhance customer experience, ensure timely responses, and improve overall operational efficiencies in their call centers. Average call duration. Determine the average duration of incoming calls received by agent. This should be calculated for each time bucket. What is the average duration of a calls for each time bucket? So you can see here a pivot table and their respective bar chart. The analysis of an average call duration across a different hourly time bucket revealed a clear pattern in a agent workload and a customer interaction time slots. Time slots between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. shows the highest average call duration, indicating a longer and possibly more complex customer conversation during this period. In a contrast, early morning slots like 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. showed a shorter average duration, suggesting quicker resolution or fewer detailed inquiries. These findings suggest that the agents may need additional support or expertise during the midday hours to handle a higher calls complexity efficiently. So, adding a manpower or providing a specialized training during this peak durations period could lead to a better call handling and reduced wait time. Call volume analysis visualize the total number of calls received by. This should be represented as a graph or a chart showing the number of calls against time. This should be represented in buckets. So I create a chart that shows the number of calls received in each time bucket. So you can see in pivot table and their respective bar chart. The highest call volumes occurred between 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., indicating a peak customer activity during a midday hours. Early mornings and evenings has a lower traffic. These patterns highlight the need for a more agent during a peak hours and fewer during a quieter period to optimizing staffing and improving customer response time. Why? Maybe people are traveling in morning and evening. That's why we need more agents in afternoon. The third task was manpower planning. The current rate of abandoned call is approximately 30%. Propose a plan for a manpower allocation during each time bucket from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. to reduce the abandoned rate to 10%. In other words, you need to calculate a minimum number of agents required in each time bucket to ensure at least 90 out of 100 calls are answered. What is the minimum number of agent required in each time bucket to reduce abandon rate to 10%? So you can see here in pivot table there is a time bucket and their respective abandoned answer and transferred call. So I calculated the grand total of each time slot. You can see here 11%, 12%, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 6, 5, 5, 8%. So how I calculated number of agents? So for assumption I taken total days in a month is about 30. Then I minus 4 days as a holidays. Total work days as a 26 days, and daily working hours about 9 hours. So I multiplied by 60 to make in minutes. Then break time every day, how 1.5 hours break time happened. So I multiplied by 60, so 90 minutes came. The actual working hours is 450 minutes, and time spent on a call 270 minutes. Then average daily calls is about 5130 daily calls were coming, and average daily attempted in seconds 199 seconds, means 200 second average daily call attempted. So for 90% of a call duration there were 15,1313 minute call daily need to answer. So we need around 57 agents. So how this number came 57? So I divided the 90% of a call duration to time spent on a call. So we get a total number of agents required. So you can see here in heat map that the bigger the area, the more agents we require. So in 11 to 12 we require a 7, 10 to 11 we required 6. So you can see in chart here we require 6, 7, 6, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, and 5. Total 57 agents we require in daytime. To reduce the call abandon rate from 30% to the target of a 10%, total of 57 agents are required. Across the day shift 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., the required number of agents per hour is calculated based on actual call volumes and the average call duration in each time bucket. This heat map size represents the number of agents required. The bigger the size, bigger number of agents required. Lower the size, lower the number of agent required. Night shift manpower planning. Customer also calls ABC insurance company at a night but don't get answer because of there were no agents available. This creates a poor customer experience. Assume that every 100 calls that customer make between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. they also make 30 calls at a night between 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. This distribution of 30 calls is as follows. I propose a manpower plan for each time bucket throughout a day, keeping in maximum abandoned rate to 10. So you can see in a pivot table each time bucket their respective abandoned answer and transparent call. So based on previous manpower planning, I calculated this. The little change is here that the average call hit at a night from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. is about 1539 numbers, and average call duration between 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. is 5594 minutes. So by dividing 4595 by a average call duration, I get a 17 number of agent required in a that time period. So to ensure a customer support available for a 24 by 7 and maintain a maximum abandon rate to 10, a night shift manpower has been proposed that the 17 agents required. The total number of additional agent required is 17. This distributed across a hourly time bucket based on a projected call volumes. The exact number of agent needed for each time hour is shown in a number of agent column of a table. So the heat map size represents the number of agent required. Means bigger the size, bigger the more agents required, smaller the size, less number of agents required. Conclusion. This analysis provides a data-driven approach to improve call center efficiencies and customer satisfaction at ABC Insurance. By examining call volumes, average handling time, and agent capacity, we identified a key peak hours and the staffing gaps. A detailed manpower plan was proposed for both day and night shift to reduce the abandon rate from 30 to targeted to 10%. Implementing these recommendations, we will help optimizing a resource allocation, ensures timely responses, and enhance overall customer experience. With the proper executions, the call center can achieve better performance, reduce wait times, and stronger customer trust. Thank you.